All right, guys, so we're starting to record right now. Please mute your line if you just came in. Welcome. We're going to go over GBP, JPY first, okay? This Zoom is not short, so if you're looking for something for 10 or 15 minutes, this is not the video. I have to say that because I will be posting this on YouTube. This is a full-blown session. It can go for an hour to 2 hours. So just let you know that now, okay? So go get your water, go use the restroom, get your coffee, do whatever you need to do, and let's get going. So let me repeat what I said. So now that we are recording, all right, we're going to go over top-down analysis, break of structure, BOS, and the Ichimoku cloud. I'm using TradingView. Get yourself a TradingView account, guys. I do have my favorite tools right here. The toolbar is right there. I'm not going to really explain the tools. I'm just going to go. So the first thing when I come to a chart, I go to the monthly time frame. I mark up my previous month's low and my previous month's high. All right. I also leave notes to myself. Previous month's low. Okay. And then previous month's high. I do to the wick. Why the wick? Because that wick on a lower time frame are candles. So on the monthly time frame, I do it to the wick. Previous month's low, previous month's high. Write that down. Step 1, go to monthly time frame. Top-down analysis. Step 2, mark up previous month's low, previous month's high. Okay. Again, have your pen and paper. Have your pen and paper. All right. So now I look for a break of structure and structure levels after I do that. The immediate structure level that I see for current price, not for all this, because obviously we have all this, structure right here, right? What was once support became resistance, and then was broken. Okay, and then obviously now we're retesting this for support. Okay, so you can leave that there. All right, and if you need to leave a note to yourself, go ahead, leave a note. Major month level. Okay. So let's mark up current though. Current, what do I see for here? There's your current level right there. Again, same spiel goes. What was once support was broken and now is turning resistance. All right. I cannot see the chat, so I'm going to ask you to unmute. Does this make sense thus far? Let me just bring up the chat anyway.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Got one yes. Can I get another yes?
Yes.
Okay. That does make sense. That's 2 yeses. Can I get a third one just to confirm? Oh, mute your line. Mute your line. All right. So far, we're on the monthly time frame. We marked up previous month's high, previous month's low, and our BOS, our break of structure, and our major structure levels. That's all we did to make it clear as day to us. All right? To make it clear as day. Let's go down. So far, we know that price is going what direction since November and December was going where? Down. It was selling. And then it popped back up. All right. Then it popped back up. So let's go down to the weekly time frame. Now, to me, if this level holds, and again, you can make a note to yourself so you know what this is, month BOS. Okay, month BOS, and it'll go right there. Month BOS, month break of structure. Now, if I'm looking at this, I can definitely see this W. All right. However, because we are selling, in theory, it should continue downward. If this level holds, it should hold. Right now it's acting as resistance, but it should hold. Okay. So we're at a crossroad. On one hand, we're at a perfect high where price should actually fall back down. All right. So how do we get in on this? That's the question. How do we get in on this trade? Because our directional bias, if we use our Ichimoku cloud, right now, price broke below the cloud. I'm going to explain the cloud, so don't worry. And unlike other people on YouTube, I do not modify my cloud. I keep everything original settings on my cloud, which includes this guy right here, the Chico spawn. People say get rid of it. I say don't, because it's extremely valuable to have. Why? I'll tell you that in a little bit. Okay. So how do we get in on this? Because to me, I'm looking for a sell. I'm not looking for a buy. I got my directional bias from a month. However, that W does scare me because I have been, evolving my career around M's and W patterns. So let's go down to the daily. Okay, if you need to, just adjust your levels a little bit, because obviously when you switch time frames, you got to just kind of readjust it. Now, this makes me excited when I look at price right here. Why does this make me excited? Because now I see on the daily, it's aligning. Can you guys see that? I'm mute. I can't see the chat. Oh, let me just bring up the chat anyway. Yes. You can see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And of course, if you can't see that, M, just turn on your line chart. All right. So that's the daily. You can trade from the daily. Absolutely. And we're already below on the daily. The cloud is already red. Perfect. Because that's aligning with what I'm seeing. I'm looking for sales. Let's drop down to the 4 hour. That's my golden time frame. The 4 hour is bullish. I don't like that. All right. I don't like that at all. However, it's trying to dip down. So now let's pause there with price action right now. So we're going to pause with price action. We're going to look at this cloud. Now we're going to look at the cloud and see what happens to GJ if GJ decides to fall and come back down. Now, me, I am a swing trader, so my time frame, I stop at 4 hours. You're like, oh my God. Like, what? Yes, I trade from a 4. I enter in on a 4 hour and I exit on a 4 hour. However, if you're looking at this from a 1 hour, you totally can. You can go to 1 hour and wait for the cloud confirmation. So let's go over these cloud confirmations. Oh, let me pause. Does everything make sense so far on why I came to a sell bias? Does it make sense?
It's coming down.
Uh-oh, you're echoey, so who's ever echoey, I have no idea what you're saying. So again, does everything make sense why I came to a sell bias? One more time.
Yes.
Okay. And we got our sell bias from where? The monthly and the weekly, did we not?
Correct.
So why on earth would I go against that? Right. We do not want to go against something that came from the month and the weekly. Those are big grandpappy hours. The lower time frames will always respect the high. So let's go over this Ichimoku cloud. So we came to our bias. So what did we do so far? Let's recap. We went to the monthly time frame. We marked up our previous month's high, our previous month's low. We went to the weekly time frame. We got our directional bias confirmed. We went to the daily, the 4 hour, and we're looking to get in on this thing for a sell. Now we're going to, if you don't want to do the 4 hour, that's fine. Let's just work on the 1 hour because I know majority of you guys are scalpers. So 1 hour. All right. And now we're going to go over the Ichimoku cloud itself. So this green thing right here is called the Chico spawn. Okay. When the Chico spawn, and do not get rid of it from your chart, keep it on there. Why? Because when the Chico spawn is crashing into price, like it's doing here, that means price is consolidating. and you don't want to get in on something that's consolidating. Okay. When price goes up, you want to see the Chico span pointing upward and away from price. That's when you know you're building momentum. That's when you know you're building momentum. Okay. Same is true when the Chico span is pointing downward and away from price. That's how you know you're building momentum. If Chico span, and please write this down, if Chico span is crashing into price like this, do not trade. However, if you're already in a trade and it starts doing that mess, stay in there. Okay, that's number one. Now let's add on, shall we? Let's add the base, okay, and your conversion, the TK. Okay, so now we have our moving averages, more moving averages. Okay, we have our base and our conversion. One is called the Tkinson, the other is called the Kijinson. Okay, but we're not going to even focus on the names because I don't want you guys getting confused, but it is called the TK, Tkin and Kijun, or Kijun Sun. Okay, so just say TK. Or how I like to say is, when it's a buy, I want blue over red. When it's a buy, I want blue over red. Same is true when it's a sell, I want red over blue. I'm just going to make it super simple. Like one of my favorite mentors said, going to say it out loud, Dr. Spiller, he said, I'm going to make it so simple, you're going to need someone to help you misunderstand. Repeat that. All right. When it's a buy, I want blue over red. And of course, when it's a sell, I want red over blue. Does that make sense thus far? Yes, yes. I'm looking at the chat now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Let
have
me know.
a suggestion,
Yes.
if I may.
Mm-hmm.
For those who can't see the M's and W's, if you put the moving average 1 on your chart,
Mm-hmm.
it follows the candles and it shows you the M's and W's.
Oh, yes, it does. Yes. So he said, if you can't see the M's and W's on the chart, put a number 1 moving average, just change the period to number 1, and it'll follow price action itself. And of course, the easiest one, right? You can always use the line chart, right? Use the line chart. All right, moving along, guys, moving along. Gonna put the leading span A and B back on, okay? And I'm gonna plot the background. So we're gonna have the full Ichimoku. Okay. All right. Oh, let me see something here. Hold on one second. Let's do that. We don't even really do this. Okay. I don't want you getting freaked out about those. Okay. So now we have the cloud. All right. Easy as pie. We have the cloud. Number 1 rule of the cloud, we do not trade when price, oh, it's already in mode. Okay. We do not trade when price is inside the cloud. Why? Because this can act as a barrier. Okay. This can act as a barrier, and the next thing you know, I've gotten caught in this, price can actually bump its head and then fall the opposite direction. So we don't want that to happen. All right. Now we're going to go over a buy setup. Okay. Now I know from our original setup with GJ entirely for current price, and this is what we're going to look into to get in next week, or actually today, Sunday. So today is a sell but let's just go over an example. I do have my replay feature on currently. All right. So this will be an example of a buy setup. All right. So step one for a buy setup, we need a bullish TK crossover. Okay. What is a bullish TK crossover? Well, we know it. We want blue, because look at this one, blue to be over the red. And you see how price is going up? So first things first, we need this bad Larry to switch. That's step one. So let's see it switch. Boom. Okay. Step one. Boom. We got it. We got a bullish crossover. Step two, we need a break of structure. Where's structure? Right here. This is a swing high. We need price to break that. All right. That's step one. Get your target. Whatever your target is, can be here. That could be your target. This swing high could be a target. Doesn't matter. Okay. Doesn't matter. There we go. Okay. So step one, we need a TK, a bullish TK crossover. Step two, we need a break of structure. Step three, we need price to break the cloud and close. Step four, we need this to be green for a buy. All right. So let's go. Okay. Come on. Oh, you see that? Didn't break it. Okay, it broke it with that. Okay, it broke it with this candle right here. So now I'm going to ask you guys. Can we take this buy trade? Can we take this buy trade? What's our confirmations? Do you need me to write it out? I'll happily do it. I'll happily write it out. What's our confirmations? Number one, bullish, right? TK cross. What does that mean? Blue over red. Number two, we need a what? Break of structure. Three, what? Price needs to break and close above. Mute your line, mute your
I
line.
was in the shower when you called me.
Mute your line, mute your line. Above the
Nah, I
cloud.
was in the shower.
You're in the shower? Really?
Amen.
Can someone mute your line, please? Mute your line.
Good.
Brian, my goodness. Okay, so
Not me.
bullish crowd. Oh, my bad. Was that a
Oh,
different one?
I'm sorry.
It was. Remember, this is going on YouTube. Don't want no one knowing your business. Okay, so bullish TK crossover. Red, a blue over red. We got that. Okay. Two, break of structure. Oh yeah, we got that. Three, price needs to break and close above cloud. Looking like we're getting that right now. Four. Okay, four. Definitely four. Cloud needs to be what? Needs to be green. Okay. And of course, our Chico spawn. Where'd it go? Chico spawn, which is that green moving average, needs to be pointing up and away or above. Let's do that. Above price. Okay. There you go. Maybe I should make that bigger. Okay. All right. So again, let me ask before we heard someone taking a shower, can we take this buy trade? Let me look at the chat. Fourth confirmation met, not met. Cloud needs to be green. I think the cloud's green. What do you call that? That little speck. That's how it looks when it first starts out. I think we're good. Yep, there you go. Make it big. I know it's seen, it's tiny, but that's how it looks. When we first start out, it's that small. Okay. So the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Not sure what your PIP goal is. Okay. But my PIP goal, obviously me being on the 4-hour time frame, would be about 80 to 160 pips. But this, you can easily get 20 to 30 pips, but this is GJ. You should be able to get more than that, but safe. Try to get your 25 and get on out. Okay. So this will look, okay, like this. Target, whatever that is. Okay. Whatever that looks like for you. All right. And then of course, we in there. Okay. There you go. Now I put the stop loss below this moving average right here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay. So PIP goal was hit. And then obviously it's going up, keep going up. All right. So you got it. So this was a 1 to 6. Now, again, if you're a swing trader, you don't want a 1 to 6 trade. We want at least a 2, a 1 to 1 to 2, 1 to 3. That's what we look for. So our trade would be, going for the goal. So there you go. That's almost a 2 to 3 or a 3.0 trade. That's what we will be going for. Okay. And of course, always put your stop loss in profit because you know how price can do. Okay. And then to bounce off the cloud again. We ain't got time for that mess. Okay. So recap. Does everything make sense thus far with these rules for a buy setup? Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. I got. Okay, yes. Does anyone have any questions thus far? Please unmute if you do. I don't want anyone to be like, oh my God, I'm so lost. We don't want that. Any questions thus far? Okay, no questions. We're good to go. All right, this is GJ for the current price. Okay, this is GJ current price. Okay, let me get rid of this. These still stand. Okay, these still stand. GJ for a current price. I'm looking for a sell. The overall trend from a monthly. Get rid of this real quick. From a monthly perspective, I was looking for a sell. Why? Because it fell. That's why. But hey, if it pops back up, that's all good. And then 2, I also pay for Vivian entering the room. Okay. I pay for the COT data, so I'll be posting that as well. Okay. To see where Big Money has their stuff. But if this does pop back up, then hey, that's fine too. All right. So we'll see. We'll see if that W is actually validated. Okay. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, this weekly W right here, boom, there you go. See if it'll pop back up. And of course, if you don't know how to look at the M's and W's, you can easily go to Google. Okay. Type in M's and W patterns, Forex. And there's this one photo right here that I've been using for years. Absolute years. Okay. So there's that photo right here. Okay. And the W that we see is this one down there. There you go. Just like that. Now, I'm not going to go over M's and W's on this live, but I'll do one. So what you look for is the down, in this case, the up, and it dipped back down for liquidity, pop back up, and then it should entail return toward the neckline zone to end up going up. That's what that can potentially do. Okay. But we're going to have the Ichimoku cloud to save us, because obviously the cloud is technically bullish, price is not. So we want everything to align. Like the daily is not aligning with the 4 hour, and that makes me nervous. So I would sit back and chill. Sit back and chill. Now, if you're trying to get in on a buy on this, okay, again, I would sit back and chill. Everything is still bullish, but I will wait till price pops back above this level right here before getting in. Okay, that's a 4 hour. So I know you guys work with the 1. So right now, if you're working with the 1 hour, and obviously it's Sunday and we're waiting for this trade to take flight, okay? If you are looking for a buy, right now, your buy trade according to Ichimoku is not met. So there's no buy for you on the 1 hour, okay? So just know that. There's no buy for you on the 1 hour just yet. Let's see how market opens. Okay, so let's go over a different pair, and then I'll try to find a, I will find a sell setup. What other pair was called out? Was AUD? Let me go to the chat. What was it? AUD, NZD, and then AUD, CHF. Okay. AUD, NZD. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of this. All right, let's recap. Ooh, this pair. This is good for my bot. This is consolidation. I love it. Got my bot on here. Might as well use it. Okay, so recap. What do we do? What do we do first? Ooh, I'm putting you on the spot. What do we do first? You can unmute. What do we do? What do we do? Monthly. Perfect. Let's go there. Mark monthly high, monthly low. I love it. Oh, snaps. It looks like I marked this up already. So let's let's get rid of those drawings, shall we? Okay. Dipped in that pool, took flight. Okay, so that was a while ago, clearly. So previous month's low, previous month's high. Perfect. All right, do we know what's next? What's next? Tell me. Tell me.
Break a structure.
Break a structure. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so let's look for our break of structure. Let's see here. So it bounced back up pretty much somewhat in this level. This one's a very interesting pair, because it's going back and forth for so dang long. So we have structure here, structure there. So wiki. There's a couple of structures I see. Yeah, but it just broke. So it stopped there and then it broke. And it dipped into here. Let's see what's the best one. I like this one for current price. Okay. There you go. Right here. Boom. Because that's where it stopped above, sucked up, and then popped back up from there. But clearly we have this right here. Okay. Does that make sense thus far for current price? Any questions thus far on how I got to there? On how I chose that?
How far back should we or should we not go? What is too far? What's not far enough?
Got it. So for something like this, it's too messy. So you want to do something that's pretty more recent. So because these two candles right here, this one from last month, and then this one from February, because they stopped in the same area, that's what immediately drew my eye, right? However, when we did look at our GJ and we looked at GJ for the month, you see how more clean and crisp that is?
Yeah, big difference.
Right here, right? Huge difference. So something like AUD CHF, if this was or I'm sorry, AUD NZD, if this was on a 1 hour, this would be great for a bot. Why would it be great for EA? Because EA, they place buy and sells. So you'll be freaking, if you had an EA and this was on the 1 hour, you'll be making money left and right. But for a trending, look at that. Look like huge. Do you see how different that is? Like we know what the breaker structure is on this one. Right? It's clean. This is just a hot mess. But it's okay. All right. So, it is what it is. So something like this, just kind of choose something current where price keeps stopping. So obviously it stopped, February, and then it stopped there again in March, literally right next to each other. And then it took flight. Then again, it stopped there, literally right there. So that's a good level. Does that kind of make sense? I know I pretty didn't explain that too good, but does that make sense?
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions on how I got to that breaker structure? Remember, we're chilling. I have it paid for Zoom. So I automatically said at the beginning, this will not be no 15-20-minute Zoom. 1 hour or 2 hours Zoom. To make sure you guys have an understanding. Good. I'm looking at the chat. Okay. All right. So we got our breakup structure. And it looks like our counter already got our directional bias. We're in a buy, right? Does that make sense for the directional bias on this one? So this one's kind of easy for directional bias. It rejected, and now we're in a bull move. Does that make sense? And then even, look, price kind of stopped. We look left, it stopped right there. So either one of these can be a potential take profit level. Either one of these wicks. Remember, these wicks on a lower time frame are candles. I would choose the lowest one if price so happens to break. Okay. Of course, make it green. I like to change mines a lot just so I know exactly what I am looking for. Why keep it all the same color? That's silly. So I know that's a potential take profit level. All right. What's the next step, guys? Looks like we're done with here, kind of. So what's the next step? Where do we go? We go to the next time, the weekly. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Perfect. Oh, this was a great ICI. Impulse correction impulse. I love it. Okay, price is trying to break this. Let's see how market opens. Okay, I love these levels. This level is beautiful. Beautiful levels right here. And you got all these take profits that price can potentially, oh, they already wicked there. But it doesn't matter, it can wick again. Okay, so I don't see any patterns here. Well, I guess this W, right? But it already took flight. So now we're just waiting for a break of structure on this. I'm not sure about AUD, NZD. I don't normally trade this pair. There's nothing really for us to mark up because our levels are perfect. And we know we're looking for a buy. So there you go. So we need this level, major month level. We need that level to be broken. Let's go down the daily. What's happening on the daily? Oh, that's cute. Okay. So we have a W. Can't see it. There you go. And that it falls in line with your buy trade. Okay, so of course, what I say with the W, this one's kind of a perfect bottom. So you have the down, the up, the down, the up, and then you want a retracement, and then you want the takeoff. Now, I'm going to get to a little bit more advanced before we slap the Ichimoku cloud on, because we already know we're in a buy. So our directional bias is a buy. So whoever wants AUD and ZDs should be looking for a buy. So yeah. So for this one, I'm going to put my fibs on it. I'm going to go from the low, this low right here. That's what the impulse started, to this wick high. For me, if I were to trade this, I want a nice retracement. Do I always get a nice retracement? No, absolutely not. But more often than not, I do. So for me, this area, yeah, that whole area will be my buy zone. I made it green to make it simple. Okay. So that means if you have a small account, you want to possibly make 3 10-cent trades, depending on where it goes, right? Depending on how far this dips down. Now for this, you have such a huge bull move. You want a nice slow retracement, which is nice, right? And then if it hits in this area, press buy or put a buy limit order, right? Somewhere in this area. Somewhere, we don't know exactly where. I wish we did. We all be freaking billionaires. But somewhere in this area, you want to put a buy limit order. Okay. All right, let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. Will price come in this area? It can and it cannot. We'll see. I'm gonna leave it on there though. All right, and this is the 1 hour. Okay. So of course you want to slap on your Ichimoku. Okay. Price is inside the cloud. So what does this mean? You have 2 options here for this trade, right? Option number 1, you really don't need the Ichimoku for this one because it's super simple. It's going to come somewhere in this area, maybe even tip the top of this and then shoot up or try to beat this wick. Who knows? But it's going to come down to shoot back up. Okay. It's going to come down to shoot back up. Now, either you can set your buy limit order in this area, but if you do, just know you're going out on pure price action. Look at there, it's right there. Wow, look at that. And you're going to enter buy. Remember, this part can act as a barrier. So price can literally bounce off of the cloud and then shoot up. So let's just kind of extend that. So that can be your first limit order. So first limit order can be here. Let's put it a little bit above so we know we get in that thing at 1.08956. I hate weird numbers, so let's just make that the 50. 1.08950 for a what? A buy order, a limit order. Okay, there you go. And then your stop loss will be very minimal. So this is actually a really nice trade. Okay, be very, very minimal. So this was someone who's, you're comfortable trading pure price action. I'm going to put the stop loss underneath the Kijun, Tikinson. Okay, so that's what I'm kind of aligning. Come on, a little bit up. Right about there. There you go. So very minimum. Holy cheese. That's a 6, almost a 7.0 trade. That's a 6.8. Oh my God. Huey. That's a bomb trade right there. Okay. However, let's just say you're not comfortable doing pure price action like that, because that did not require the Ichimoku. Clearly that just required pure price action. Sorry, I got carried away. Because it just comes to me, right? Say you're not comfortable with that, right? You're not comfortable with that. You want to use the Ichimoku and just stay with the Ichimoku because you're just not there yet. That's fine. Just wait for all the buy confirmations. Okay? That's all you got to do. Wait for all the buy confirmations. Does that make sense? Why not just sell and then buy? You totally can, Max. Absolutely. If you want to scalp that sell, yo, that's a good one too. Go ahead and scalp that sell. Let's drop down to the 15. Oh, look at that. The sell confirmations are met for the Ichimoku. So if you want to scalp that sell, I would feel comfortable to wait for this break of structure because just a structure. It was kind of broken. So if you want to scalp that right there, that's cool too. Your stop will also be minimal as well. So say if, market open, put above the Tekinson, and then go whatever. That's, hey, whatever you want to do. This is your trade. Whatever you want. There you go. Right? It's up to you. Or if you just want to target it's low right here, that dip, target the dip. Because that's the next major structure level. Okay. But again, so the sell is meant for the 15 minutes. So let's see how market opens. Hopefully there's no gap or nothing funny going on. If there's no gap, then sure, risk a couple of pips. See what happens. Risk it. That's what we're in the business for. We're in the business of risking. Okay, this is what? Oh yeah, risk about 15 pips. Shoot, make it 15 or 10. Go to make it about 10 pips. Okay, above the cloud. You're risking about 10 pips. Okay. And your potential target are these lows right here. And they're right there. Okay. To make about 36. That's a good trade. It's awesome. All right. Okay. Does that make sense so far? Just kind of regarding price action. I know I kind of went crazy there because I got excited because that was actually really good. But does that make sense so far? Any questions? Yes. Okay. All right. So you guys got 2 trades there potentially. Potentially. I say potentially because just being cautious. You got the structure. You got that structure. But if you're trying to scalp, sure, go for it. But I don't really like going again below the 4 hour. But for you scalpers, the 1 hour, wait, you can easily wait till the structure's broken or wait for the Ichimoku cloud confirmations for the sell on the 1 hour. Okay, let's get back to the Ichimoku. So if you do want to sell this and get a couple of pips for the sell and target this gap, okay, wait for the sell. What is that sell? So on the last example, we went over a buy. So let me go find a sell so we know the sell confirm. Okay, perfect, right here. All right, so we're gonna now go over a sell. I wanted to twist that. Okay, there you go. TK twist. All right. What's step 1? What's step 1? Who can tell me? What's step 1? Let's write it out, shall we? Let's write it out. 1. TK bearish twist. What does that look like? That looks like this time red over blue. Okay. Step 2. What do we need? BOS. Most important part, because that's price action. We always want to lead with price action. 3. What do we need? Price to break and close below cloud. And keep in mind, they don't have to happen in all this order. Okay, it can happen in, I've seen some weird orders. All right, I'm just letting you know just step rules in general. You can get a TK crossover inside the cloud. Like, it doesn't matter. You can get a green or red cloud before the TK twist even happens. So I'm just giving you a general list. Okay, this is just a general list, okay? Below the cloud. All right, and it needs to, yeah, close below the cloud. 4, what's 4? Got the crossover, got break of structure. Right? 4, cloud needs to be easy one. This one's the easy one. Cloud needs to be red, right? And of course, don't forget our Chico spawn. Don't sleep on the Chico. Needs to be pointing down, right? Pointing down, or preferably below price, because we want to make sure it's not consolidating. Okay. Take a screenshot, do what you need to do. Now let's go. Oh, someone in the chat. There, okay. So someone did say the bearish crossover. All right, all right. So let's play this, shall we? Should we take a sell right here? We got the TK cross. Is this a sell trade for according to the Ichimoku rules? Is this a sell trade? Should we hit sell right now? We got the TK cross. Should we hit sell? Not only did we get the TK cross, oh man, look at that Chico. It did below price and it's pointing down. Should we hit sell? Are we good for a sell? Go ahead, unmute or type in the chat. Should we hit sell yet? Waiting, waiting. Don't be shy. No, red cloud, right? Exactly. Nope, the cloud's not red. So the answer is no. Okay. All right. It looks like we kind of found a support level. So with that support level, we have a what? Structure. Drag it across. Perfect. Okay. You see how I did that? Kept bouncing. We found structure. We look left. Old school, look left. So we have structure. So we have our TK bearish crossover. We do not have a break of structure quite yet. Price needs to break and close below the cloud. And cloud needs to be red. So those major things have not been met just yet. So let's go. Oh, wee. Oh, I love it. Let me get rid of this for right now. Okay, I'm going to delete that for now, but we're going to keep that. I'm going to delete it for now. The cloud is red. Should we take this sell? I'm pick on Max. Otis, the cloud's red. Should we take it? Are we good to go? Yes or no? Don't be shy. You should. No. Correct, Max. The answer is no. No, didn't close under the cloud yet. Exactly. Why is that step so crucial? This step is so crucial because from firsthand experience, I've seen price tap the cloud because the cloud can act support. Exactly, Otis, and it can bounce off. So we don't want to take it until it breaks and closes. Okay. And that extra confirmation will be met with what? The break of structure. We're leading with price action as well. We never forget price action. So let's see when it is a break. Oh my gosh, it's still. That's it? Nope. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh no, now it's going back up. Oh no, you would have been a major drawdown. Oh, you would have lost that trade. Okay, there we go. So now finally, finally, it's happening to me. Okay. So is it time? Should we hit sell? Would you be comfortable hitting the sell now? Would you be comfortable hitting the sell? Yes. All right. Now let's go. Yes. Okay. Let's get it. Okay. Right there. I'm putting above the Tekinson, and then whatever your target is, whatever your pip goal is, I like to hover 1 to 3. That's pretty good for an hour. But again, I like to go at least, go for the goal. At least try to get 1 to 5. Okay. This is proper, money management. This is me. I would try to do this, but at least a 2. Try to get at least a 2. Because if you lose a trade, you're going to be minus 1 R instead of minus 1 and 1. So it's, try to get at least 2. Okay. All right. So let's just hit play and let's see. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Hey, to me, if price comes this close, I'm manually closing, right? I'm out of there. I'm out. Okay. You got this beautiful retest off the moving averages and then the drop. Okay. Oh yeah, beauty. Here's a beauty. A little tidbit. This is a golden nugget. Okay. Say, for example, you came to your chart. Here's a golden nugget, guys. Golden nugget. You came to your chart and you forgot about this trade and you saw this sell. And it's like, oh my gosh, I missed the trade. I'm going to be the devil's advocate. Would you still get in on this sell? Would you get in down here? Would you get in down there? I hope not. I'm just going to say it. I hope not. Right? No. Okay. So you're like, well, I know it's selling. So how do I get in on this? Here's a trick for the Ichimoku. Wait until price comes back and touches those moving averages. And then get the continuation. Okay. So let's see. Hasn't touched. Nope. Still hasn't touched those moving averages. What moving averages? These one right here. Doop. The TK, the Tekinson and the Kijun. Wait until price touches it and then get back in. And yeah, just don't wait for a small retest like this. I remember so many nights that I'm like, well, I waited for the retest because they told me to wait for the retest, then get in. Next thing you know, I'm in major drawdown. There you go. That's your trade right here. So for a person who missed a trade, but they still want to get in, make this your new trade. Does that make sense? That was a golden nugget right there. Golden nugget. Absolute golden. And then target a little bit below the lows. Okay. This is your trade. That's your new trade. Okay. That's your new trade right there. This one little candle and a little dip below. As long as it can go below the swing low right there, that's fine. Because there's always money below the last swing, which is this one. Okay. And this was a good trade. This was a 2. Okay. This was a 2.8 and almost a 3. So that's a good trade. Okay. Do we have any questions thus far? Any questions? Any questions? Go ahead and unmute yourself. Now's the time. Now's the time. No, makes sense. Okay. All right. So for AUD NZD, what are we going to do? Because we don't really need the Ichimoku with this one. We know by pure price action because we see what's going on. If you go to the daily, there's a nice, beautiful W on the daily time frame. Boop, perfect. So someone is going to, we're going to scalp, right? You're going to try to scalp the sell and then target somewhere in this area. You can have a buy limit order right here. Let's make that, I don't know, different color. So there you go, make it thick. Okay. Somewhere around that area, somewhere on this buy box with this big old gap. Okay, somewhere. Again, just don't put the whole house on the first trade. leave a little money, you can do like prepare for 3 small trades. Because prepare to be in drawdown. If you do have a buy limit right here, prepare to be in a little bit of drawdown, because what if price comes down toward this area right here and then shoots back up, right? We just never know. Hell, it can shoot toward here. You just target this little guy. You just never know. So just prepare for 3 small trades. Okay, you can hit those levels and then take off. But either way, you're good to go. And that's from a higher time frame. Okay, so that's an actual trade for AUD NZD. That's an actual trade for the sell and the buy. Okay, those are real trades. This is current price. I took off the replay. All right, what was the next pair that we were potentially going to look over? What was that next pair? AUD CHF. All right. Oh, did I type in NZD again? Oh my gosh. Dear Lord. AUD CHF. Did I type in CHF? And Awanda. There we go. Okay, now I come. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, what's the first step? First step. What is it? Where are we going? What do we do? Monthly, high and low. Perfect. Let's mark that battle area up. Ooh, my goodness. Been a downtrend ever since. Gosh, damn. Okay, make this big. Oh, this one's a little bit more clean. Ooh, look at that W. My God. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's mark up previous month's high and low, previous month's low, style, like mine's black, number 2 thickness. All right, and then repeat that. Previous month's high. Okay, now we have the previous month's high. What is the next step? Put this up a little bit. What's the next step, guys? Next step. BOS, perfect. And we can see that clear as day. This is clean. We're already there. Ooh, we're already there. One. BOS and yeah, this is what month BOS. Okay. Month break of structure. This is clean. Very clean. What was once support got broken, is now acting as resistance, which makes sense. Yeah, technically we're bullish, but you know how W's should technically go. We know how W should go. This is the perfect double bottom. It'll go up, go down, go up. If it does reach up, that's fine, but let's see if this level will hold. Because since it's there, we should look for some type of retracement, but let's see. Okay. And if you need to remind yourself, I like to remind myself with letters all the time. Month, W. So we know what we're looking at on the lower time frame, so we won't forget. All right, so this was an ICI strategy. I won't go to ICI on this video. Just not. We'll just stick with the W, but you can see impulse, correction. That was a nice deep correction, and then impulse. So this actually may break. We'll see. We'll see though. We'll see. If it doesn't, then we should look for an M pattern on the lower time frame. This is the weekly time frame. So again, if this does not break, then we should look for an M pattern. Or heck, if it does break, this candle, right? That's the last week candle. You may come down, it may pop back up, hit its head on all this price right here, and then shoot back down to continue higher. Who knows? All right, so our directional bias is a buy, right? Because of that W, but again, we're at the top of the W. So just be mindful of that. Or we're reaching the top of the W, be mindful. That's your profit target, this leg right here. All right, let me know if I'm just doing too much price action. Does that make sense? Are you guys getting confused? This is your profit target for that W. Okay. Do you guys see that leg, that W? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Don't want no one getting lost. Okay. So we're at the top of this W. Is kind of scary. Obviously, you have a buy bias from a higher time frame standpoint. Yeah, look at these exhaustion candles. They're getting smaller and smaller from last week, and it ended off on a doji. So I am looking for a retracement candle for today. I am definitely looking for a retracement candle for today. Ha, huh, that looks like a little miniature M. There you go. Okay, so obviously if you put on the Ichimoku, it's fat and green. And the wider the cloud is, the more, momentum. So that's right off the gate. Okay, right off the gate. So fat and green. So I would not press buy right now. Absolutely not, because you're literally at the top. We don't want that. I need price to at least come to this Tikin. At least, come on, give me something. Hell, even better, come all the way back down toward the cloud, and then let's get in. Let's talk. So from a swing trader standpoint, I wouldn't take anything. From a scalper standpoint, you can wait. You can wait. All right. You can definitely wait from a scalper standpoint. Yeah, price hit up here, and then it couldn't break that high. Couldn't break that high. So yeah, we're looking to go down. Okay. Does that make sense? You see how I got there? Got to the from a sell standpoint, I'm probably looking for a sell from a 1 hour standpoint, or at least a retracement. Like, my goodness, we need something. And let's take this off again, and let's see where that neckline is. Yeah, see, it's already, ooh, wings, just some type of dip so you can get in, but to just hit buy right here, absolutely not. Please don't be that crazy to do that. Let's see, let's target here. Let's make that purple. Why am I doing that? Because what if price kind of hit there to take off? Okay, that's why. At least come down, give us something to look forward to, right? All right, so perfect. This swing low right there. Okay, let's put the cloud back on. So if you want to wait for all the cloud confirmations for the sell to get in on a safe sell, you can. And again, this Zoom is about the Ichimoku. All right. So if you're not comfortable and you're like, you know what, I really don't know price action, I just want to easily get in and get out. So if you want to easily get in and get out, wait for all the confirmations met for that sell. Cloud needs to be red. Your breaker structure needs to happen. The Chico span needs to be below price and away from it, right? Pointing downward. And then get in on that bad Larry. Okay, get your sell, scalp along the way. Okay, if you put a standard on there, secure profits along the way, or whatever the case may be. All right. Do we have any questions thus far about this pair? But your overall target is up here, but you can definitely get in on that sell for the retracement. That will be a retracement play. Do we have any questions so far? All right. We good? We good? Now, for those who've been quiet, are you getting this? Do I need to repeat anything? Do you have any other questions? Nope, we're good. Is this easy? Was that hard? Was this anything that I've said hard so far? So if it's not hard, then I want us to have a profitable week. If you are unsure or uncertain on how to use price action itself, slap on the Ichimoku cloud, keep all the original settings, right? Do not get rid of the Chico spawn. Here's a perfect, oh, you know what? This is a perfect live example of why not to get in on the to get rid of the Chico spawn. Let's do this. If you were seeing this, you're like, oh man, should I hit buy? Maybe I should hit buy, right? If you're unexperienced, maybe I should hit buy and target this high right here. So you hit buy, then let's see how market opens. You're probably going to end up losing the damn trade. But if we slap on the Ichimoku cloud, what is Chico spawn doing? It's crashing into price. What does that mean? That means price is consolidating. Price is straight up consolidating. Let's do this. Okay, let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to the basics. Uh-oh, I got rid of the wrong thing. Where's my lagging span and conversion? There you go. Back to the basics, shall we? So we have consolidation. Okay. We have the rise. The fall. This is the real move. And then consolidation. Who remembers that from basics? Who remembers that? Do y'all remember that from the basics? I do. You never forget what you learned, right? Or how did they explain it? You have pretty much consolidation. Let's explain on a different level. You have the stop hunt low, the false move, and then you have the real move. Repeat. Consolidation. Move up. This is a false move. Then goes action consolidation, and then the real move. Because why is it the real move up? Because we know from a higher time frame it's a buy. That's the real move. Doesn't mean you can't make money from this. It's just this will be a scalp trade right there. Okay. But anyways, let's get back to the cloud and stop going off these little tangents. All right. So what was another pair? What was another pair you guys wanted? Let's add our stuff back, shall we? Gold's in a buy. You ain't gotta look at gold to know what gold doing. With the war in Ukraine, with the imminent collapse of the dollar and the recession. Let's look at gold just for titties and giggles. But man, I called out gold. Let me take this off. I called out gold. We've been eating on gold, boy. Oh my gosh, we've been eating on gold so much. It's crazy. We did all this. So from a few weeks ago in my chat, if you guys look at my chat, we did all of this on gold. We've been eating along the way. Retest, eat, retest, like, oh my God. Okay, so the overall move for gold, looking to come up in this area. Let me show you like why. Okay. All right. So gold. I'm targeting, I want all the money. I'm targeting these wicks right here. We want all our money. Gold. Okay, what we got? We got our previous month's low, previous month's high. Okay, let me that was lower time frame breaker structure. Okay, so this structure is pretty clean, pretty simple. We had a couple of things, right? So we had clean breaker structure. Boom. It's just impulsing at this point. There's really nothing fancy to be said about gold. And keep in mind, gold is, you can definitely have your technical analysis on gold, but that shouldn't be your first go-to with gold. So what do I mean by that? Your technical analysis should be secondary. Gold is news. That's what I mean. Gold is news. Look at the news first, look what's going on around the world first, and then do your technical analysis to see if everything aligns. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, what I just said? So yeah, definitely for sure do your technical analysis. Yeah, but technical analysis to come secondary. So what we're doing is technical analysis, but gold is news. Got the war in Ukraine, all right? You have talks of China and Russia being cahoots with each other, and they're trying to make their own currency backed by ruby and gold. So what happens? They bought up all the gold. So what does that mean? That means gold is bullish. So I was like, okay, so now that we know the fundamental side of gold, and we know gold is ran by news, then we should be looking for buys. Who's mute your line, Bobby? Yeah, mute you. Okay. All right. So from a monthly, a weekly, a daily, just, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So right now it's impulsing. You gotta wait for a pullback. That's a weekly time frame. It's coming into these highs right here. So from a weekly time frame standpoint, no trade if you're a swing trader. From a daily time frame perspective, okay. So I like this. Okay, an impulse again. So then the next impulse will be there. And that's why I had our new fib. So what do I do with the fib? I literally just took it from this swing low right there to this high right there. Swing low to swing high. That's all I did. Okay. And I drug it across. Just drag it across. All right. We'll see. Just hit buy. No, shit, just hit buy. All right, so it's already targeted the 6. We're literally stopping at the golden 618. Beautiful. All right, so there you go. That's where we're stopping, and there's structure right there. So we can get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. We see price is literally landing on structure. So to make a note to ourselves so we know what this line is, so we won't forget, just put daily support level or daily support. Okay. Drop down 4 hour, what we got. It's kind of adjusted a little bit. Every time you go down to a lower time frame, just adjust it. You can delete that because obviously, you know, anything in this level we need to buy. Okay. Right now, price is doing some funkiness on this support level and collecting orders. I would just hit buy. It does hit buy and hold it. Put a 0.01 lot size on that bad, Larry. Unfortunately, there's a swing low right here, which sucks. That just sucks major. Why does that suck? Because if you're up here, your stop loss, you already know that just looks gross. Yeah. So put a 0.01, target the high from a higher time frame standpoint. Where we at? There we go. If that's too much for you, if that kind of like freaks you out to hold it, you know, you could target this block right here. Go back to lower time frame. And just know that if it does come, you do have a potential for price to hit this stupid thing and try to take out liquidity that's here. Okay, so just know that. That's why I had the stop loss right there. That doesn't look too delicious. It's still, 1.91. So it's almost a 1 to 2 trade, right? So it's still a good trade. It's just this stop loss is gross. So if you can actually put a buy limit order right here, okay, make it thick. We chose purple and buy limit. That's the more delicious route, or even make this level daily support / buy limit itself. That's good too. Okay. But of course, put a small little, if you can, I'm not sure your account size, but if you can, put a small little 10-cent lot. See how market opens. Hopefully market opens like somewhere down there. So that way it kind of decreased that a little bit. So what we like to call for swing trade, we put a tester lot on there. So that's why normally when you see people with bigger accounts, you see like a little 10 cent, like, what the, why are you putting a 10 cent, a 10-cent trade on $100,000 footage account? Because if price does take flight, at least I made some shit, That's why. All right, that's why. But yeah, there's a little tester on there. There's a couple of levels that it could dip to, but price is bullish, extremely bullish. It's just nasty. Oh yeah, that wick is just gross. Because there's money right here, right? There's money down there. So yeah, that's for gold. That's easy peasy. All right, so mark those levels, the purple ones. Of course, I hate the weird numbers. Let's make that a 0. Make it like our quarter point. Keep that a 50. And then this will be, make this a 7.5. Okay. Don't ask me why. I just hate uneven numbers. I just like to keep it at a quarter point, especially when it messes with gold. The psychological levels are real. Let's keep it at the quarter points. All right. What's next? Okay, what was next? We had AUD USD. Okay. I was messing with I put my bot on AUD USD and it freaking took losses. Like, that was horrible. I was like, okay, I'm done with AUD USD. Where is that? Is this? No, I think I need to add it on there. And yeah, someone else in our bot group, she took losses too. So I was like, oh, that's horrible. So we got mad. USD, because I don't trade that pair, right? So I was like, I'll just manually trade it. Okay, so let me choose a blank slate for AUD. I'm gonna keep that because that's real-time analysis and I don't want to mess that up. So I'm gonna choose fx.com. Oh, I marked that up too, dear Lord. It's okay, let's just Remove all 6 drawings. Yeah. Okay, so let's start. Now, all right, so walk me through it. Where do we go? Where do we start? Where do we start? Type in the chat or unmute yourself. Monthly high low. Yes, baby. Woo! Sheesh. My God. Okay. Previous month's low. Make it black. Well, I like to make mine black because my colors are black and pink. You can make your colors wherever you want to make. All right. But, you know, farming FX, again, I built my career around black and pink. Previous month's high. Come up a little bit. There we go. All right. What's next? BOS. All right. BOS. Now this one looks kind of gross. We already know what a clean BOS looks like. This one's just messy. It broke this level and now hitting its head on this area right here. So let's see. I'm going to mark this one up because this was the support and that's where price is currently at. Does that make sense? Let me repeat that. I chose this level because price is near here and this was the last support level. That's why I chose this level right here. Does that make sense? Okay. It's messy. You see it? Okay. Yeah, this was, like I said, this is messy. We know what a clean one looks like. GJ was clean. This one's messy. Yeah, this one's messy. Yeah. But that's fine. Doesn't mean it's not there. It's just when it's messy like that, you just want to try to stay close and near to price as possible. And then this is a nice level too for more confirmation. Look at that. When you drag it even more so, you get this level here. So a break of structure, a nice break of structure level will always be either support or resistance once and upon a time. So what was one support, got broken, retested for resistance once in July, the second time in August, and then became broken currently. So that's actually a really good level. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't mean it's not, yeah, it's messy, but it's still there. We just got to widen it up, make it big, you know, however you need to make it big. I don't really see, I guess you can say that's a W with that, but that's a funky one. All right. So if we target this high, because that's the next high for the candles, that could be like a nice take profit level. And it's with this one too. Let's make this green. So we know that's money. So of course, anything that was broken, what happened? Oh Lord. Okay, let's do that again. Anything that was broken, what was once resistance, should beat out this candle or even meet it there, should become support. And then it should take off. But for right now, we are bullish. We are very bullish. We have what? How many days left in this month? 3 days. So we'll see how we'll end. All right, so we got our break of structure. We got our previous month's low and high. And again, I forgot to put major, month level. So we know that that's the big dog level. That's the big dog level right there. Okay. And let's just kind of put it down. Okay. There we go. All right. This was a false breakout. Right. Okay. So we are bullish. This is the weekly time frame. This is dangerous. Why? Because there's no retracement. We don't want to get on something. All right. So this is the daily candle. we got some retracement. So what you want to look for is a nice small retracement. That's what my fibs. Once we see the opposing candle, that's when we can put our fibs on there. Go from the impulse high to the low, or I'm sorry, impulse low to the high. Do like reverse that. This low right here to this high right here. Okay, just drug it across. Our levels that we want, of course, either one of these can do. Either one of those can do. So that we can get rid of this. And that will fall in line. Again, what was once, oh my God, I did it again. What was once resistance should be found as support. Okay, should be found as support. Let's see how market opens, because what we don't want is to hit buy and it'll take flight. So we want a nice retracement in this area, somewhere in this area. Again, on this level will be the ideal. Okay, that would be ideal. All right. Does that make sense so far? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So now we know why I'm doing the levels I'm doing. Does anyone else use fibs? Because I'm busting out these fibs and I didn't even ask you guys. I didn't even ask you guys. I do apologize. Use fibs. Fibs are fun. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Use some fibs if you're not sure what kind of area to buy or sell. Okay. And of course if you target that anywhere in there. Yeah, fibs are fun. All right, so long, kind of ideal. Okay. There we go. All right, it's kind of fat, but it's still a good trade. It's a 2. This is a daily time frame. Okay, so there's still a 2, 1 to 2 trade. That's still a great trade. So let's go down to the 4 hour. Let's slap on our Ichimoku, see what we got going. Okay, price is dipping down. We already know it's a buy. So perfect. So if price does come into this level, it could bounce off the cloud and then take flight. Because remember, the cloud acts as support or resistance. So that level would actually make sense. All right, perfect. Right now it's consolidating. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Okay, we have one of the confirmations met for the sell. So if you want to try to make money and scalp the sell, you can. On the 15-minute, we can go down the 15-minute and try to scalp this. Now the 15-minute looks extremely messy, so I will wait for the 1 hour. It just looks better. Okay, now if you were trying to scalp this sell to the buy, remember the overall goal is the buy. All right, but if you want to try to capture the sell, what do we need for the sell? What is step 1? Sell confirmations again. Rinse, wash, repeat. Step 1, what do we need? TK twist, perfect. And for this twist, we need what? We need red over blue, and it's there. It's tiny. For sell, you need red over blue. Make it super simple. Step 2, perfect. Step 2, what do we need? The most important, my favorite. Leading with price. Break of structure, BOS. Perfect. Step 3, most important part, cloud. Well, all these are important. Cloud needs to be what? Boom. Red. 4. What do we need for 4? Price needs to what? Break and close. Thank you. And close below cloud. And of course, we can't forget that odd man out, that guy, Mr. Chico himself. Chico spawn below, or in this case, downward, pointing downward and away, because we don't want to continue to consolidate away from price. All right. So if you want to capture that sell for a scalp, you definitely can. Okay. Cloud is red. That's met. Chico spawn is, yeah, it's pointing down and it's breaking away from price. It was consolidating on when it closed on when the market closed. Okay. You need to break and close below this cloud. And then, you know, make your targets. You got a couple of targets depending on how hard and how fast this goes. I have no idea the ADR, which is the average daily range for this. So let's check out the average daily range. Take this off. So it's not much. So 89 pips. Okay. So the average daily range is about 89 pips for this pair. Okay. That's cool. If you're wondering what the heck this indicator is, it's one of my faves. It is called FXN Asian Session Range. That's what that is. All right. It's free on TradingView. And it also marks up the previous week's high for you. All right. And your target. So if you're doing the ketchup and mustard strategy, this is kind of perfect, but I like to use it for different sessions. Okay. All right. Take that off. Okay. There you go. Boom. And it only works on the 15-minute time frame. That's why I went to the 15-minute. So for that indicator, it's a 15-minute time frame indicator. Okay. We went over that one. All right. So you can scalp a sell, but the overall move is a buy. Okay. Any questions thus far? Any questions? No questions. Questions? Another pair? Are we good? Another pair? Are we good? All right. I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube and giving you guys the link in the chats, okay? But if there's no further questions, I think we're good to go. I mean, we've been rocking for about an hour 45, you know, PST. I'm in California. Okay, Otis is good. All right, perfect. All right, I'll try to do more sessions like this to prepare for the week. So it's simple. I hope that was a super simple, easy strategy. If you're scared to get in and out of these trades and you're like, man, I see it, but I don't see it. Put that Ichimoku cloud on and keep all the original settings. It'll help you. Remember that golden nugget I gave you. And this is the 4 hour, so let's just go down to 1 hour. But remember that golden nugget I gave you. Don't get in before we go. If you miss price, okay, say for example, you're up here and you miss this, do not hit buy when you're at the top. You never want to buy at the top. You want to buy low and sell high, okay? Always make sure price goes back to your moving average, at least to the Tekinsen. So if you're looking at this, wait. Then you can hit buy. Boop. I know it's scary sometimes to hit buy on a sell candle, but that's when you know your directional bias is from a monthly, a weekly, and a daily, you shouldn't be too scared. Just hit buy, set your stop loss accordingly, and then be in profit. Okay? That's the nugget I get to you. Boom, 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 boom. All right. All right, guys. What's your channel? Or we'll place a link in your Telegram. Yeah, I got a couple. I need to. I haven't posted on my YouTube in a long time. A long, long time. So I'll post it in Telegram for sure. I'll post my YouTube link in Telegram because this is a long session. So it's through Zoom so that it's not going to load properly. So I do have to upload it through YouTube. Absolutely, guys. Thank you. Thank you. And again, I'll do more sessions. Feel free to message me. I am a real person. Okay. You guys know. So, I love you all and I'll definitely see you guys online.